Good evening, everybody. This is a rescheduled July meeting of the City of Cortland Zoning Hearing Board. Call the meeting to order at 6:06. Monday, August 3rd. Our first agenda item is 4 Otter Place. Angela Gelatley, I think I'm pronouncing that right, seeks area variances for the purpose of installing a 14x4 above ground pool. Due to pre-existing non-conformities, the applicant is seeking variances for minimum lot size, lot width, front yard setbacks per section 300. Additional variances are requested for the required 4-foot vegetative strip and for the presence of an unpaved driveway. Is there somebody here to speak about this one? Yeah, both of us. Yeah, both of you guys, okay? Come on up to the podium there and just, if you'll write your names down. I think it's set up there for you.
Yeah. Is this pool already in spelled?
That's a good question.
Right. Well, it's not installed yet, right?
Is the pool installed?
No, I'm gonna do a waiver. I gotta look.
It is August after all.
I think, yeah, because it was really hot that she came in and I believe she filled out a waiver to install. Getting to it, give me 1 second.
Or you can just ask, is it installed?
The pool is there and actually has been there for several years.
Oh, several years.
Yeah, so the waiver was for,
Okay.
I'm actually the owner, we're co-owners of 6 Otter Creek Place.
Okay. Okay, so our text here is a little misleading. So the pool is installed, so we're talking about a pre-existing house, or
no, this should, she told us they take it up, put it down every
okay.
year.
Okay, so it takes it up and takes it down.
Yeah, in the winter time, they typically will take it down. There's a concrete pad there that they put it on.
Okay. All right. A lot of work. It's a temporary structure.
It's a lot of work.
Seasonal structure. Then.
But it goes up and down and it's, this is consistent with the way I do everything, so.
Okay.
No,
All right.
good go.
All right.
All right.
So I'm Stephen Forney, senior.
Mhm.
As I had mentioned, my son and I are co-owners next door. We want to speak against allowing the variance.
Okay.
The number of reasons there, obviously, one of them is the neighborhood. Everything is a small lot there. And giving the variance is going to invite kind of like everybody in the neighborhood to ask for a variance to put something up in the backyard. And that kind of wanted to change the character of the neighborhood. But on top of that, in this particular case, the pool is such that it creates a number of hazards for the community already. Whenever the pool is discharged anyway, or water has to be taken out of it, it's flushed straight into Otter Creek.
Down the driveway, across the
Down the driveway, across the road.
And then into the creek.
Right. So your chemically treated water routinely being pumped into the creek. It's created a public health nuisance for our home anyways, and probably for 2 Otter Creek, because the pool is a mosquito breeding ground. And, especially when they put the cover on it, because it holds water and you just get clouds of mosquitoes off of it. And because it's also never been permitted, they're basically running extension cords out there to run the pump, which is a hazard in and of itself.
Okay.
And it's not secure. The fence is seldom locked around it, and the ladder is not secure.
For child.
Yeah, they take the ladder off, but they just leave it there. Any 6 or 7 year olds pop that thing back up there and hop in.
Yeah, that's pretty serious stuff.
What kind of pool is this? Is it a Walmart brand pool?
They're taking it up, put it down, it's gotta be one of those vinyl.
Stiff side, yes.
Do we have a photo of this pool when it's up?
It's been called for a final inspection yet.
Because if I'm not mistaken, if they're gonna have a, above ground pool, they had to do what I had, of course, put an underground line all the way out, 520 outlet.
They're permanent, yeah, they still gotta provide, that, I mean,
Yeah, he's described,
they theoretically can have an extension cord as long as it's plugged into a GFI outlet somewhere, but I don't know yet, because yeah, we've been called for.
and I think this is, clearly doesn't have the implication doesn't have.
Everything that need,
So that's, Mr. Lewis isn't here, you guys are voting on the area variance, not the relativity of the pool, it's not the safety of the pool, you guys are voting whether or not to give the area variance over that. Keep in mind, that this area variance is the same one you've given. A number of other properties in the city, so too, I mean, I'm the code enforcement officer of this city, I appreciate you letting me know it's not safe, and I will look into it as soon as I can. Thank you.
and you understand what he is saying, right?
I do understand.
Our job is only the variance
Yeah,
itself.
you just got the area variance in, and I have already surmised from kind of going back through some previous minutes that this was a routinely granted.
No, but you're on the record, and he's been notified
Yeah.
of what is possibly an unsafe situation, so the variance that we will review is separate from what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
But hence the reasons why I asked the questions.
That's a good thing you got.
Okay.
And if you see them dumping chemical treated water in Otter Creek, I highly recommend you call the DEC, because that's even out of my.
And if you've seen it before, call DEC so you can prep them for a call that may happen, and that's.
Because that is a
That-
trout stream.
That's a brook trout stream.
Yes.
That's native.
Yep.
Native trout stream, so. That's another level higher than, what might be a little further downstream.
Good.
Good,
I'm good.
good deal.
Thank
Thank you
You're
for.
very welcome. Yeah.
So I would.
So, yeah.
So, just for the, question, would it be relevant to the board here to talk about, we already talked about how she drained the huh? Yeah. And then she treats it, yeah, I guess I don't have anything else, all right. Yeah.
As we said before, the variances, that's the part we vote on, but, of course, everything that was mentioned here is also now noted.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Now, if I recall correctly, there was also a variance request for an unpaved driveway to extend it for 2 years, is that correct?
That's consistent with the way, so drivers unpaved, it's consistent with the way you guys have been.
Yeah, we have a lot of those, and they, yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for any of that? Neighbors, guys, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing. Motion's been made. Yeah, look for a second. Second has been made. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is closed. I'm gonna go through our questions. Number one, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variances. Area variance, this is plural, I guess. And we didn't really address that with the neighbors there, at least, but the pre-existing nonconformities, as Roy has mentioned, is something that we address in many different cases, and their concern, you guys will agree with, is primarily with the structure of the pool itself and the service lines to the pool and
And code regulations pertaining to being secure.
and code regulations associated with that. So when I look at the variances, I would have to say that an undesirable change by granting is going to be no. It's mine. No, I'm looking specifically at what the area variances are being sought. They're the lot size, lot width, front yard setbacks, and the paved driveway and vegetative strip, I think are something that are pretty insignificant compared to the other issues there. So I'm gonna say no on that one. Number two, whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. And again, I think no is the right on that. Whether the requested area variance is substantial, there's half a dozen different items there, but I think they're all fairly commonplace in what we encounter. Some of us say no on that one as well, so we have any disagreement in whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical, environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. Again, sticking to the variances themselves, I don't think so. However, because of what our neighbors brought up tonight, I think it's very important to talk about, in particular, the physical, environmental conditions. If discharge is taking place, that's something that, as we've gone on the record here advising the neighbors, that be advanced to New York DEC office and our codes office as well, in terms of that, as well as any safety issues with the structure itself. So I'm gonna say no on that one. And then again, number 5, whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the variance. And I think the answer to that one is, of course, yes. It is probably existed as due to their ownership of that particular property. So we have to discuss anything about the granting of the variances that specific to the variances. I think we're in agreement that they're something that it's the separation, and just so you guys are understanding that too, that it's the structure itself has to be safe. We're granting variances that have pre-existed, and that's one of the things that we encounter quite a bit here. So I'll entertain a motion on this.
Just to clarify, our answers to those 5 questions were no, except for the last one.
Four no's and a yes, and you've 1 through 4, and then 5 is yes. Entertain a motion. If not, I will. Yes, kind of.
I can go and say, we'll make a motion as written and with the condition of the
Yeah,
paved driveway within
in 2 years. 2 years, just as a condition.
it's paved or concrete.
Yep. Impervious structure, impervious drive or driveway. And a satisfactory result of inspection by codes office, is that?
And it's all part of the building permit, you guys are gonna do it.
Gotcha. All right. So motion is before us to approve the area variances with the condition that the driveway be paved, impervious. That's right.
Concrete pavement, to say impervious.
Yeah. Does the driveway be surfaced within 2 years' time? So that would be by the summer of 2028. And that's the only condition we're setting on granting the variance.
So second.
And second's been made, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Number 2, 26 Hamlin Street.
Can you do 28 Fern next to the.
Fern, yeah. Yep,
He's here and
Okay.
if he's the only.
okay, we need to vote on that and change the agenda, just do it.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna change the agenda from the chair here, and substitute, agenda item number 3. 28 Kern Avenue, Matthew Guerrera, seeks an area variance to install a 4-foot chain link fence in the front and side yards. Chain link fences are not permitted in front yards, residential districts, so, there you, Mr. Guerrera?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, you just write your name down up there and we're good to go. So tell us anything you need to know about this.
Yeah, so there's about 15 feet from the front of my house to the sidewalk. So without the variance, I would lose a pretty big portion of my yard.
Yeah,
And I'd like to secure as much of it as possible.
yeah, yeah.
So I believe Mr. Greer also has 2 front yards, because he's got Vernon, he's got Willow as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so the main one's directly on the side of my house. There'd be no fence
Yeah.
directly in front of the residential structure.
Yeah, okay. no fence in front of the structure.
Besides the side deck,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Right here.
right. Nice, really good, all right. Height is good, and the height is 4 feet, not to exceed 4 feet.
Yeah, front yard, yeah, you don't see 4 feet, usually it has to be a 1-to-1 ratio, so you can
Yeah.
see through it, but a chain link fence, you can see through just like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can. Probably see through it better than a vacant fence.
Right, okay, all right. Is there any other question for Mr. Guerrero? About this, any other things, any questions for Roy or anything on that? I think I looked at it, it's pretty, it seems straightforward, thank you, we're gonna,
thank you guys.
get your things. I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Yep.
And it's been seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Alrighty, again, we'll go through the questions, whether undesirable change will be produced to the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance, I think no. Whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance, and again, I think, no, this is a proper method. Or an improvement such as that, whether the requested area variance is substantial. You know, it's pretty, just a commonplace, it's a different, yeah, it's a unique situation there, and, again, number 4, so no on that one. Number 4, whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on physical environmental conditions in the neighborhood district, and that's the floodplain area. I don't think there's anything to do with that, it's pretty straightforward, and whether the number 5, whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the variance. Again, I think the answer is yes on that. So Andy, I'm having 4 no's and a yes.
Okay.
And, any other questions we have amongst ourselves here or of Roy? Hearing none, I'm going to, move to grant the area variance as described in the application package for 28 Kern Avenue. I'll seek a second.
Here.
Second been made. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right, you can get with Andy on anything you need there. And
Yeah, I'll have to, gotta generate the decision sheet still.
yeah, all right. Okay, good deal. Moving on, we're gonna get on to 26 Hamlin Street as our next agenda item, moving to agenda item number 3. Patricia Crawford seeks area variances for the purpose of enlarging the concrete patio due to the pre-existing non-conformities. The applicant is seeking area variances for minimum lot size, lot width, front yard setbacks. The required 4-foot vegetative strip and for parking located in the front yard per statute. Anybody here to speak on that one?
No, Tricia's not here.
Other than Roy?
So there's no front yard parking, so table 313 lot size, lot width,
Yeah,
or widths, as the guy that typed this.
Yeah, she's not asking for the front.
So the front yard, no.
She already told that.
So 314 footnote, the detached garage is 1.5 off the lot line, and that's required 4 foot, 3.75 vegetative strip and 384 C6.
Yeah,
all right.
because she just finished paving the entire driveway part.
Yeah, the driveway will.
That always happened.
Yep, she did.
Right through the line, right to the property.
Yeah, yeah. The problem with this house is that the fence line for the neighbor is right on her property.
Yeah.
So,
Right, okay.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Did she do it? It's already specified there, the required
Yeah.
4-foot vegetative.
He'll say, I'll show you later.
Yeah, that would be, that's, so it's street all the way to the garage, and it's right along.
But what she's asking for is this part right here,
Yeah, but,
just that.
yeah, but this is the not one way right here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
One,
that also should be C7, not C6. Sorry.
I didn't see.
What should be what?
The variance.
Oh,
For
for
the
the-
384,
yeah,
C7.
citation.
Yeah,
Yeah, citation of C7.
There's no photo. of it.
That's right.
all that means is
It has a job.
the parking remains like most single family homes,
Yeah,
so they're stacked.
yeah,
It's just for middle.
So it's paragraph 7.
but its access is the.
C7,
C7.
384
it's very
C7.
tight fit.
Section C, section stuff.
No, she's,
Back there, okay.
yeah, mine was the same way when I first bought it.
So these are all pre-existing non-conformities. Just to enlarge or add a couple feet.
She's done a great job at the house.
Is there a fence between her and the neighbor?
There is.
Okay.
It's a privacy fence.
Privacy fence.
And goes for the entire length. It's actually one of the biggest properties in Portland.
Oh, this.
The next door, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's an entire fence surrounding the whole property.
What else that is down there? All right, any other questions amongst us at all, guys? So, I've already gone, have I gone through the questions?
No.
Okay, all right. I mean, hold public hearing.
Make that motion.
Well, motion been made to close the public hearing. I will second, and, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All righty, whether, go through their questions. Number one, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance. I think no, it's, pretty, minimal. Whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance, and the answer there is, no, this is the way to do that kind of thing for pre-existing and new construction. Number three, whether the requested area variance is substantial. And again, I think, no, that's a pretty common, thing we encounter in, city lots. Number four, whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical, environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. Again, I think no, because of its scale, its scope and size, it's not very large. Then number five, whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the variance. And again, there, the answer is yes. Another one of those similar questions, Andy, so there's four. 1 through 4 is no, and number 5 is yes. I'll entertain a motion. Motion's been made to approve the area variances, or the request for area variances according to the application, for 26 Hamlin Street. Look for a second. Second's been made. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. And the motion carries. Moving on to agenda item number 4 is 87 North Main Street. Layla Bones seeks area variances to convert a residential structure in an R3 into a bed and breakfast. Due to pre-existing nonconformities, the applicant is seeking variances for minimum front yard setback, side yard setback, and detached garage setback per section 300. An additional area variance is requested for the 4-foot vegetation strip, also per appropriate section in the clause in section 300. The planning commission will consider an application for a special use permit for the change in use per, okay, that's for them, as well as the proposed parking plan, according to the table. So, good, all right. We're just on the area variances now.
The only variance you have to grant, if you so wish, is 384 C. No, where's the line?
323, 323,
No, 384.
84, okay,
This is the parking lot paved, which is that line,
okay, that's right.
so it's D, give me 1 second, it's,
Do we have to specify that?
or, yes, because it basically conforms itself for.
C,
Well, actually, they're exempting it. But they're using it as that, so it's the 384 C2. all parking spaces except those that accommodate single unit residential dwellings shall be delineated with a painted line. That was mentioned in the meeting, the planning board meeting prior to this. And they noted that the parking lot was not lined,
Okay,
so I would recommend that if you guys see fit to issue that variance for that parking lot being lined.
how many spots are we talking?
Three.
Three. Okay,
Three for the rooms that are gonna be rented.
okay.
Got a large enough lot in the back, it's just not lined.
Yeah,
And I'm sure if I asked Mrs. Bones to put some lines back there, I don't think she'd have a problem with it, it's just.
all right.
That's at your,
Yeah,
that's at your discretion.
Yeah, but that, you know, whatever you guys think is. You know that,
The other stuff is pre-existing non-conforming.
Okay.
The line thing was not, so with that, I mean, normally you wouldn't require a single family home that's using it.
Yep.
But because she's upgraded it now to a bed and breakfast, it does require one spot per room. She's renting three.
Okay. All right. Pretty good.
So she's gotta have 3 plus 2 herself.
That's what the garage is for.
That's the
Two-car garage. So the garage space is kind of sparse. So their planning conditions allow her a max of 5, with 3 being for the rooms and then 2 for.
And that they've already
Yeah, they heard that before you guys.
stipulated that, okay. Okay, well, I'm inclined to not, I don't. Not required, but, okay. I sometimes have to think that people that, insurance companies might wanna have me do that, but, you know. If you're not, if I'm telling her, then I'm kind of inclined to let her ride. Because it's a,
Guess the only thing I would question is if something needs to be accessible. Either ADA parking spot would be required to like, as I'm going.
that ever, if that type of legislation ever gets advanced, you do encounter some kind of a property like this size or something like that, but, well, I guess they would find that out at the time. We haven't had the publics, so I'm gonna entertain a motion to close the public portion of this. Motion's been made. I will second that. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Public hearing portion is closed.
Do you happen to know if the spot needs to be accessible, labeled? Do we really need ADA parking?
No,
It's essentially.
just one,
Single unit residential home
Yeah.
that they're using as they're renting out a couple.
Yeah, the building's not accessible. This.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
all right. All right, I'll go through our questions. Number one, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance. The answer is, I think no. Number two, whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. And the answer in there, I think, is no, it's the proper way. Number three, whether the requested area variance is substantial. And I think no, it's a pretty small area, proportional to the lot and other structures there. Number four, whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. Again, I think the answer no is that, simply because of its size and scale. And number five, whether the alleged difficulty was itself created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of variance. And I think the answer there is all, is usually the case is yes. So 4 no's, 1 through 4 no, and number 5 yes again, Andy. And then I think I'm inclined to not have any conditions, just just, if you're not on the parking, despite what the planning commission might have indicated, I think the 3 vehicles. I don't think you, it's something that's something that I think that landlord and tenants can arrange for themselves and designate something.
Well, she's gonna provide valet parking for that.
Something, okay, something that would allow for,
She's gonna park the vehicles herself.
oh, okay, so it's gonna be the Airbnb like thing?
Yes, that's what's.
Oh, okay, well, then I think it's so, I don't think, yeah.
But just as long as you keep in mind, everything but that is pre-existing, right?
Yep.
That 384C2 is not pre-existing, it's created by her adding therapy.
Yeah, so therefore we're doing the other setbacks, yep. And the pre-existing ones are not unusual in an area that's that close to downtown, so I'm inclined to treat those like we have with others. And according to what was produced in the application package. Any other comments on Kyle, anything like that? Okay, I'm going to, I think I will, move to approve the area variances, as described in the application package. And allow the new area of parking as also described in the application package without any additional requirements at this time. That being the motion, look for a second. Sorry. Second has been made. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Number 5, agenda item, 26, Ellen Avenue. Floyd Abbott seeks area variances for the purpose of installing a 10-by-12 shed, side yard. Due to pre-existing non-conformities, the applicant is seeking area variances for minimum lot size, lot width, front, side, and rear yard setback. Per section 323. And the applicant is also seeking an area variance for parking located in the front yard. For section 384A1, and the applicant will require a floodplain development permit from the planning commission,
Which was granted.
which was granted by the Helen, that was tonight. They actually granted that. So
The only stipulation, I think, was, they needed to be anchored down.
Yeah, they need to be anchored.
okay, well, that's been made by them. That stipulation is made, their approval. Is that something that has to go to us as well then? I think it does.
Well, the variances.
Yeah, in variance, okay. So anchored.
What?
Yeah.
No, not that part. This is part of Dr. Paul right here.
Yeah.
Those are what we're putting there.
Yep. There. Anything we need to concern ourselves with?
So it's mostly normal stuff,
Yeah.
except for 384A2. So at some point, they expanded their parking.
Parking front yard.
Yeah, so at some point, they expanded their parking. With no variances.
Yeah.
If you can see the picture here,
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look at it here.
I looked at that on my phone, but I didn't. Wait, when I was.
there was a permit issued for it, but for some reason, the former zoning officer decided the area variance wasn't needed for that. So I'm not gonna penalize the guy for something that the
Was missed.
city should have noticed. And so that's also almost 65% of the front yard is not green space, 40.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that's why the 84C1 to,
Yeah, just put extras to the side, there, okay,
that's still anything in front of the house is front yard.
yeah.
Did he go all the way back with it?
I don't know, just based on a picture.
Like a shade and stops it, something back. Which
Yeah.
behind.
Okay.
this.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I don't wanna penalize the guy for something that says that the city should have thought before we put it in.
Okay. And what's the side here? This is a. Side thing.
I think that's one of those book things. Yeah.
Deal, okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably the neighbor there. And on that side, all right. No anything to,
Kind of reminds me of that place on Kennedy Parkway.
So A1 and A2, if you're in
yeah.
A1 and A2, 2 and A4 is can't park, you know, they should have got variance because front yard parking and off-street parking has to be a minimum of 10 feet behind the front facade,
Yeah.
which is not with that house.
Yep.
And like I said, he was granted a permit
Did he just?
back in 21,
Yeah.
20, I don't remember right now. And none of this was done correctly, so
Okay.
I'm trying to fix that now.
Did he resurface the existing and then just added?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I did.
Yeah, because you can see in the former photos.
Yeah, that's what I thought it looked like when you showed the one here for the, yeah, well, there it is, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, okay, so in 22, it looks like it was finally completed the job. Okay. All right. Any other questions on anything? Anybody here to speak about that, I should ask first before? Okay. Alrighty. Any questions, Kyle, or anything like that?
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward, nothing we have to address for what if we grant it, it's just granted, you don't have to. Previous,
This is essentially, it's the same thing we've been doing, with the exception of that.
for the exception, that he was told that it was loud or something, okay, well, I bad, as long as it's. Going on back there. I'm gonna entertain a motion to close, motion of the hearing, motion's been made, I will second. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Alrighty, number one, question, whether an undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties will be created by the granting of the area variance, and I think no. Whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than an area variance. Plural, actually, no. Whether the requested area variance is substantial. It doubles this parking area, but I don't think an aggregate on the entire property is substantial, so I'm gonna say no on that. Whether the proposed variance will have an adverse effect or impact on the physical environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district, and the answer there again, I think is no. And number five, whether the alleged difficulty was self-created, which considerations shall be relevant to the decision of the board, but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance. And there again, I think if it was only the one issue that Roy brought up, where he was told he was okay, but it does address, numerous other, 5 other, non-conformities, so again, I just said yes on that one, so. 4 no's, any yes, Andy?
Sure.
All righty, I'll entertain a motion on this one from you guys, if you're.
Go ahead.
Motion has been made to approve the area variances as described in the application for 26 Helen Avenue. Look for a second. Second has been made. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And that will do us for our regular agenda items. Do we have anything else? Andy, I didn't bring a,
No, you have completed your business.
that was our special unavoidable rescheduled meeting. Go over meeting minutes, which I am here with,
I didn't see any
I
changes.
didn't notice anything, I think. Anytime I see it, I just look mainly for the, when you capture group. It doesn't, I don't think it is specifically important that the grantor, but you have to write that down, I know Andy, so everything looked good to me in terms of the discussion. So I'll entertain a motion to accept the meeting minutes of
Make a motion.
our June, that was our June meeting.
Yep.
Motion's been made and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Do it. Okay, very good. Meeting minutes are accepted for June.
Next meeting,
Next meeting is August, our August meeting, which will be the 24th.
24th.
And we're
We
gonna
have
have
a lengthy agenda of what, 15?
15, I think Caleb was saying. Um,
So eat your dinner before.